Good afternoon, everyone, and looks like we could have a good start. Lots of Impala. We're actually going to start off and spend a few more minutes with them. It seems that they're in a nice relaxed grooming mode, and it really is a fantastic afternoon. It's nice and cool, but overcast, and all in all good conditions for a good game rush. So thank you, and thank you for joining us. Welcome with Wild Earth. And before I go on too much, there's a lot of things going on, very exciting, and I'm sure the game drive will be the same. My name is Pieter. We've got James on camera, and Jan, and a whole bunch of people, Graham, Emily, and Sue back in the live control center, Haley, everyone there, and the game drive is just about leaving the lodges. So everything's ready. Let's go look around. The one on the termite mound, James. She's just going down, but it's just nice with all those big clouds in the background as well. I'm going to go a little bit closer. The nice thing with this herd is that large herd of Impala that's been around so often. We've seen lots of them around the waterhole as well, is that they've become very relaxed, very, very comfortable with the vehicle. So I'm going to try and get us really close to these little guys. All this year's crop, and it's been a very good crop this year. There's a lot of baby Impalas out and about. Have a nice close look at them. One of the things I always enjoy seeing with these young Impala is how quickly they learn behavior from the adults. And one of the most important behaviors is the grooming. Always when you watch these youngsters, you'll see they're busy grooming themselves, grooming each other. Quite often you'll even see 3 or 4 youngsters all together grooming each other. This is still a very young one. Yes, we're talking about you. Probably less than a week old, I'd say 4 days, 5 days maybe. Still has that little bit of a extra curious, inquisitive look. Imagine being in the world for only a few days, but from birth you're able to run around, walk around, see, smell, hear everything an adult can do. So your stimuli is instantly the same as when you're an adult. And your brain has got to cope with it from very soon after birth. Must be quite an experience. I think this little one would agree. That, for instance, is something they won't eat much of. Little plant was just eating there. It's actually got little stingy, nettly things on it. And I'm sure this youngster will eat a few of it and then learn that there's better things out there. Lovely sound around us as well. Literally where we're sitting at the moment, we've got Impala all the way from our far left behind the car to our far right. I don't know how many exactly, but probably about 80 or so, 100 maybe. And it's always difficult to decide which one to look at. That's a good one, James. That one is just peeking out behind the bush at us. But there's so many little sort of small behavioral things going on, grooming and feeding and interaction between individuals. And there's this lovely sound that comes with it. Difficult to hear, but it's just this very soft rustle of grass. You can imagine 400 odd feet walking every now and again, taking a few bites of grass here and there. Great sound of many Impalas around us. This is a young male. As you can see, those little horns just coming out. And he would have been one of the first ones born sort of November last year already. You can sort of get a 3-month period that the youngsters are born in. We've just had the last of the sort of new ones for this season. I don't think we're going to see too many more small ones. Look at those 3 grooming just to the left of that one. Just the one was right in between the ears just now. It looked really sort of intimate between them, just helping each other out, getting rid of those parasites. Very important to stay parasite free out here. If you're not as fit and as healthy as the other fit and healthy impalas, you're not going to last very long. So it's important to look after each other as well. Very young one in the foreground here, the one that's busy sort of trying to scratch his or her shoulder there, or the leg now. I think so often people tend to overlook impala just because they by far the most common larger mammal out here. I also think that they are quite easily one of the most beautiful and pretty animals out here. I think we're slowly going to get going. We're going to do it nice and slow. Hopefully we get really close to one. I'd like to give you a nice close-up look. Relax, guys. It's only the tank. You know this one well. Oh, look at that. Having them together outside of the termite mound. You notice how they sort of all move there almost at once. If one jumps, or if one makes an alarm call, they react to it almost instinctively, like a school of fish. It's a very important part of their survival as well. The safety of the individual is very much dependent on the behavior of the group. So if there's suddenly a predator, one of their main sort of evasive maneuvers is they all explode in different directions, run in all different directions, the tails flash up into those white marks. Quite often that just creates a little bit, maybe a half a second or so of hesitation for the predator, because suddenly he's got all these moving things around him that he then often doesn't get any of them. Should we maybe just do a 3-hour drive right here, James? Just watch these impala. Just kidding, of course we won't, even though we could easily do that. It's nice just to be out here. It's an incredible space. It's a beautiful, cool afternoon. There's a bit of a breeze coming from the southeast. A little bit of moisture in the air as well, lots of smells. Oh, look at this one, James. A bit of a close shave. Looks a bit sore. It's actually looks worse than I thought at first.
What do you think happened there?